Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for a live workout that we have not done in many moons, ladies and gentlemen. But that's only because I was out of shape and it didn't look good at all. But today we're going to do as many rounds as we can to the audio of Ali Frazier 2, January 74, from Madison Square Garden, the very location where the first fight happened. All right, ladies and gentlemen, September the 12th, I'm going to do a little promoting here now. If you don't want to hear it, turn the volume down. That's right. So, September the 12th will be one more round, ladies and gentlemen. It's the big celebration. Spinks Ali 2. I got to mention Spinks first because he was the champion. And so, there you have it. Spinks Ali 2. It was a happening. It was on live TV, free live TV, on a Friday night. Now, normally today, we're used to pay-per-views on a Saturday. Well, back in those days, they could happen on any day of the week. They didn't care. It all depended on the availability of the building and whatnot. So, a little history about us here at Twisted Steel Fightletics. I lost count on how many times we've had events like this. Formerly, we used to call these Challenge of the Champions. And I thought to myself, you know, let's get another name. Let's entertain the notion of changing names of the event. So one day, we called one of our events One More Round. And I said, hey, hold on. I could be calling all of these One More Round. So that's how we do it. That's how we do it. So this is the second one, if I'm not mistaken, under the new name. So, and after this, we'll go and do the speed bag workout and then be finished. I stretched for 10 minutes and then did roughly a little bit over, well, about an hour and 9 minutes of the tramp skip. That's the new sensation. Ali had the Ali shuffle, I got the tramp skip. So I'd rather have the speed to do the Ali shuffle, but that's just how it is. God did not bless me with that type of speed. So I'll do with what I can, okay? So I hope everybody's doing great out there. It's been a long time since we've been live, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it. So here we go. Want to have a shout out to my wife who has been supportive of doing these. Oops, forgot to put down the sleeve there. There we go. Want to be very grateful and appreciative of all the people that come and visit our little Facebook page here. Because without the fans, then that's just me doing it. So I'm getting my gloves on right now. That's why I'm stalling for time, and that's why the camera is pointed at that bag. So we took a little bit of time off from coming here to Sweat Boxing for about, I don't know, about a month, maybe 2 months. So anyway, that's just the gist of it. I want to give a shout out to my best friend, Mr. Carl Todd. He just had an unfortunate anniversary yesterday, being 14 years since his mother passed. So if you know Carl, tell him that you're thinking about him and give him a shout and see how he's doing. Now, I've already found out how that gentleman's doing. He's doing well. He knows how to handle his loss, just like I do. So right now it is 6:15. I told my wife I wouldn't be here more than 2 hours. So unfortunately, it looks like I lied. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my live workout. I'm gonna at least try to do 6 rounds, could do more, to the audio of Smoking Joe Frazier versus Muhammad Ali, January 1974, from Madison Square Garden.
3 pounds to come in at 212 pounds yesterday. Now it's interesting to note that Frazier, who was 205 and a half when he beat Ali on decision, ballooned up to 214 when he was knocked out by George Foreman last year. Now he's gotten down to 209, which I think is a lot more respectable, Van.
You know, one thing that concerns me, you know, Ali, and we were mentioning that earlier, his legs are more important than his hands, which are said to be all right. He's never been, as you know, much of a knockout puncher, and of his 31 knockout victims, Cleveland Williams, as I recall, was about the only fighter where he really was a tiger. A 3.5-year layoff can do a lot for the legs, take a lot away from them. And I've noticed that although he proclaims that he will dance all night, he seems to fight more with a flat-footed shuffle after a few rounds, and that's going to be interesting to see tonight. Frazier's always the aggressor. Here's the referee, Tony Perez.
Van, most of the big fights here in New York have been refereed by Arthur McCanty, if you notice.
I'm not a big fan of Tony Perez, and I'll let you know why right now, while we're stalling for time. Now, Tony Perez refereed this fight, quite obviously,
in my own feeling. I
and
don't think the New York
he also refereed Ali versus Chuck Webner. Now, Webner knocked Ali down by stepping on his foot and punching him in the chest. And that Tony Perez called that a knockdown, when it's clear to see in replay that Webner was stepping on his foot. So Ali has officially got, I think, 4 knockdowns to his credit. One of them, of course, to Chuck Webner should not be counted. Now, Tony Perez also refereed
Joe Frazier, I believe, if memory serves me, it was 8-6
in the more modern time.
In the fight, and that,
he refereed
his vote was the closest.
Ray Mercer versus Tommy Morrison. Now, I know you've seen replays on multiple occasions of the Tommy Morrison knockout. Where was Tony Perez? That's right. Tony Perez was out of position. Had he been right there on the scene, Tommy Morrison may not have taken as much damage in those punches from Ray Mercer as he did. He took unnecessary punches. Once his guard dropped,
we're approaching the moment.
Tony Perez should have stopped. He should have been right there to protect the fighter. That's his number one duty. Number one duty is protect the fighter in the ring. He didn't do it. He kept on refereeing. We're in a neutral corner. That's why I'm not a particular fan of Tony Perez. Don't like the way he officiates. Don't like the way his presence is in the ring, and don't like how more times than not he's out of position.
And the fighters will occupy the other 2 corners, one on the left.
I'm gonna see if I can't speed this up a bit.
Muhammad
Ali comes out first, then Smoking Joe.
I don't think the crowd has noticed it yet. Now they're just beginning to pick him up.
Here he comes.
Don, you've covered 33 heavyweight championship fights. Have you found any more excitement in the previous 33, although this is not even a championship fight?
Well, it certainly feels like one, Van, and there's no question that the winner of this fight will go on to a title shot. Here comes Muhammad Ali.
He's already dancing before he gets to the ring.
That's right. He's the dancing master in 74.
And you might call him a great press agent. He's being preceded now by Angelo Dundee, who is a great trainer and has handled Muhammad Ali since he started. And here's Drew Brown coming in, and look at this crowd at Madison Square Garden in New York.
Waiting for Joe Frazier now.
That's what you're going to do.
As I mentioned a moment ago, Don, they were a little late in taping Joe Frazier, and that's the reason it could be.
please take your seats
There we go.
so that everyone can enjoy the bout. This all-important heavyweight elimination bout this evening, coming to you from the world's most famous sports arena, Madison Square Garden in New York, is under the supervision of the New York State Athletic Commission. All three of the commissioners are present this evening. The chairman, Mr. Edwin B. Dooley. The co-commissioners are Messrs. Ken Sherwood and Manuel Gonzalez. The New York State Athletic Commission, under whose auspices this bout is being presented. And now, this is the headline event on this evening's boxing program from Madison Square Garden in New York. The distance is 12 rounds. The officials whom the New York State Athletic Commission has assigned here for this bout are as follows. The judges are Jack Gordon and Tony Castellano. The timekeeper is Freddie Abbiatello. The counting for the knockdowns at the bell is Jimmy Devlin. And now,
It's 84 degrees in here.
the principals
Keep it warm.
in this headline event for the evening, coming from Philadelphia at 209 pounds even. He's wearing white trunks, former world's heavyweight champion, Smokin' Joe Frazier.
A tremendous hand for Joe.
Don, does he look a little tense to you more than the last fight?
Louisville,
About the
Kentucky,
same, I'd say, Van.
at 212 pounds even. He's wearing white trunks also. Wearing white trunks, former world's heavyweight champion also, Mr. Muhammad Ali. 12-man featuring him. And now our referee is here to give the instructions, Mr. Tony Perez.
Let's pick this up.
Here before you are familiar with the rules of the New York State Commission. Here are some of the most important ones. If you start knockdown, you must go to the farthest neutral corner and stay there until I tell you to come out. The mandatory 8 count is on effect. 3 knockdowns in any round will end the fight right there. Now 40 seconds. Angelo, Eddie, if a fighter is on the floor and the bell rings, the bell would not save anybody from being knocked out. The fighter must get up by himself. Please stay away from the ring. The only exception is the last round, which means the fight is over. Any questions?
I'd like to know what you're going to know about wrestling, punching.
I'll enforce the rules.
Okay.
I enforce the rules.
I want you to be sure of the hip punches he throws and the low blows.
I enforce the rules.
Very good.
Good luck to
They were the respective managers talking. First Eddie Futch for Frazier, then Angelo Dundee for Ali.
We're waiting for the bell for round one, and there it is, and here's Don Dumpy.
Thank you, Van Patrick. Smokin' Joe pouring in. He will try not to let Ali have too much of the ring. He'll try to cut him off. Both boys a little bit tense. Frazier's coming in wide open. Wide open. The alley shuffle brought the crowd laughing. Ali making the clinch. It's been a good round so far for Ali. Frazier finally gets into the body. Tony Perez gets him apart. Less than a minute to go. Frazier taking a lot of headshots. The round almost over.
There's the bell. That's the end of round one. And Ali gave it the famous shuffle at the end of the round and goes back to his corner.
There's the corner of Joe Frazier. In with him, facing head on, is manager Eddie Futch. On the left-hand side, Milt Bailey. And the other man, Dr. John Thompson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty hot in here.
Frazier took an awful lot of headshots in
I'm always
that
starting to
round,
feel it after
and
one
we
round.
wonder how that's going to affect
I have
him
done
later
other
on.
exercises
He
before
really
this,
hit
so.
Ali, who had a tremendous round. He got in a few body shots, but not enough to prove valuable. The first round unquestionably went to Muhammad Ali.
You notice Eddie Futch is talking to Joe Frazier. Now they're going over to Ali's corner. And Don, he's fighting, it seems to me, a different type of fight than the first fight with Joe Frazier.
Well, he's more like the old Ali, moving around. In the corner, Drew Brown, Walter Youngblood, and of course his manager, Angelo Dundee. We're coming up to round two.
Loaded with confidence, too, isn't he?
Oh, yes. That's the old Muhammad Ali before the previous Frazier fight. Frazier is smiling. Good left hook by Frazier. I doubt if there'll be any clowning in the corner by Muhammad Ali tonight as there was the last time. Now, Ali is starting to miss, and Joe is countering him. Frazier smiling, talks to Ali. Tremendous left hook. Ali is dominating the fight. The question is if Frazier can hold up under this punishment and Ali slows down. Frazier always a slow starter. I never remember him winning in the first round of an important bout. But he won plenty of others. Oh, he got in there. Ali came right back. about 10 seconds left to go. The referee thought he heard the bell. The bell had not rung. There's the bell.
I started to look around. I couldn't figure what happened, and Ali had Frazier in trouble. He had him in trouble right above us here, and the referee, Tony Perez, thought the bell had clanged.
Tony,
Took the fighters to their corner.
well, Tony pulled a gaffe there. He thought the bell had rung, and the commissioner, Joe Siaka, is going over it. Here's the replay.
Let's have a look at it again, and there is a tremendous left hook, which is the best blow of the fight landed by Joe Frazier. But then Ali came right back. And he had Frazier in trouble when the referee moved in and sent the fighters to their corner. We're looking at Muhammad Ali right now. He's still bristling with confidence, and he looks like the Ali of old. But the one thing that Frazier will have to do, if he can withstand this punishment, is slow Ali down somehow. We're coming up to round 3. There's the buzzer. And Ali goes into a shuffle. Here's Frazier, and here's Don.
There's the bell. Frazier forcing the action. Ali setting himself to try for a knockout. They're putting everything into this. Ali is going to try for a knockout here. He thought he had Joe in trouble. Frazier taking a lot of headshots all through the fight. Ali misses a lot. No question about it. These are great fighters. The old Muhammad Ali now. 2 minutes left in the round. Frazier can't seem to untrack himself. If Ali tires, Frazier could get him in trouble. Frazier coming on now. Almost a replica of the first fight. Ali is missing a lot now and getting gun shy. A minute to go in the round. Ali making the clinch. Frazier coming back after a bad 2 rounds. Frazier has landed some hard body shots. That's what he wants to do. There's the bell ending round 3.
Frazier came back, as you pointed out, Don. He's a slow starter, but he came back in that round.
All right, folks.
Muhammad Ali was a little more.
That was round 3.
cautious. And
as you can hear, I'm out of breath right now.
And he got that good
Because
left
it's close
hook.
to
I noticed,
90
too,
now
that
in
Joe
this
is
building.
using his right hand
And,
more in this fight than the one 3 years ago.
we'll have
here
to
in
build
the
up to
Garden
more.
when he won the decision.
It's been a
from
while
Muhammad
since I've
Ali.
been here
And Ali is fighting
and
a
hitting
little
the
bit of a
bag.
different
I
fight
might
himself.
have one
And
more
Ali
round
is
in
using
me.
his right
And
hand
then we
very
cut it
well,
from
and there
there.
was question about it being hurt. Apparently it's not.
Both of the physical examinations showed these fighters to be in top-notch condition, but you begin to wonder again how long they can keep up this tremendous pace. Somebody's got to tire soon. It's been a great fight up to now.
We're coming up to round 4. It is scheduled for 12, and plenty of excitement at old Madison Square Garden. I must point out that most of the clinches are made by Muhammad Ali. It is he who breaks off the action.
Wait for that trumpet cop. Go back dancing. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. Don't get angry. Back into it.
Ali doing the holding.
Don't start no talking.
It is scheduled for 12 rounds. This is round 4, a minute gone in round 4. 12-round bout. So if Ali's got the spring in his legs, he might keep dancing all night. One of those jabs landed. They're just above us. Tony Perez gets them apart. Ali seems in much better shape than he was 3 years ago. Much better. He's got the old bounce in his legs. Aggressiveness counts in New York State, and Frazier is the aggressor, even though Ali may be scoring the more punches. 30 seconds left in this round. Frazier's still smiling. Well, ending round 4.
And I think 2 prominent items have been borne out here. The fact that Ali's
All right, ladies
hand
and
is all
gentlemen.
right. There was some concern
I said I was
about
gonna do a
Joe
minimum of
Frazier's
6.
head. The last fight 3 years ago.
I'm not
that
there
he
yet.
sustained, but he
Thank
seemingly
you.
is all right. As you mentioned,
I'm sorry
he was
for only
smiling a
cutting it
moment
to
ago,
4.
a little earlier. He was talking to Muhammad
Already
Ali.
90 degrees.
There's no
It's
question
6:38.
they don't like each other.
And I'm late.